What are you doing, Kruti?
Didn't you check the time?
No.
It's time for another episode.
Nice.
We're back.
We are definitely back this time. You can all see, obviously.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to From Chai to Cheerios. I'm Kruti.
This is Rahul.
And we are back after many, many months of just being sick, being off the radar, and just focusing on other things like our kid and life in general, and just struggling as parents alone. Handling our kid. It's been quite the journey. And then, as you can see, we have set up our new space. This is our dedicated space. This is our third baby, or fourth baby, because our first baby is Cheru, second baby is our son, our third baby is from Chai to Cheerios, and then this is our fourth baby.
And thinking when did you have 4 babies actually? I only know 1 baby and changing diaper for 1 baby.
What? You don't consider Cheru as
he
your
doesn't
baby?
wear diapers, so we are good with that actually. We worked really hard on this setup, I can say. And I don't know if you guys know it or not, but this is all from us. We did not hire any people to do this thing actually.
We did this ourselves.
So it's all our hard work, efforts.
Yep, and I think it was time that we started shooting. I know we were struggling for a long time trying to, set up a good space. We're just trying to put together the space dedicatedly for this channel, just so we can have a better space that you can see us, you can hear us.
Yeah, and the good part is that we got good amount of feedback actually, how we can improve in terms of ambience, I can say, or the audio quality or the video quality. There's lots of inputs that we got actually, how we can improve and make our channel better. So that's where we came up with this concept and this idea here. And this is not it. We're trying to do more enhancements as the way we can get more money, I can say.
I mean, money is the goal, but
yeah. But anyway, that's the main thing.
I would say money is our secondary goal. Our first goal is definitely to connect with our audience and see, of course, we did this channel because we want to connect to people that have similar journeys or have questions about how to raise their kids in a foreign land, right?
Yeah.
It's not easy. So I think that's what inspired us to start this channel in the first place. And the fact that we're growing is a good... I know that we jumped right into parenting, how to do this, do that. But I think when we really set everything up and we started to evaluate how we want to start this new set of episodes, I think Rahul and I, we were talking about this, and I think the best way to start out the episode was to talk about how we met.
Yep.
Because I know there's a lot of questions about how we met and how we got married.
Yep.
And the fact that it's been a decade is beyond me. I don't know where the time went.
I mean, your memory is far better than mine actually. You know which road we made, which restaurant we are in, all those minute details, everything. I pretty much remember that we are together. So that's what it matters. So I'm fine with what we have. I'm fine with what I remember actually, I can say.
So yeah, I want to talk about how we met. And I know a lot of our friends and relatives actually have a lot of theories on how we met, which is even funny, and we can get into that. But just to clarify, we got married through an arranged marriage where our parents spoke over the phone after connecting. Our parents contacted each other through the phone from a marriage bureau. And they got in touch. They discussed, our basic bio data is what they call. So it's name, age, location, date of birth, occupation, all those nitty gritty stuff.
It's called Kundli. They check all those horoscopic things, I can say. And that's where if things match, they arrange some sort of like official get together kind of thing, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly people meet outside, or some people they meet it like either bride place or groom place kind of thing, I can say. Bride to be, groom to be kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, that's where the thing started. And I think I was in Germany back then, so my idea of America is zero. I have no idea what America looks like, or what the life is in here, everything. And Kruti is partially grown up here, partially grown up in India, so she has very good exposure of both the cultures, I can say. So the time when I got the match or proposal, I can say like, hey, this person is from US, and she's grown up here, and there in the both worlds actually. And she's just finishing her college.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I want to talk about this. So when you first heard about my details, when you um, or when Ate or Mamaya they came to you with this proposal, and there's this girl. I know you met somebody before me, so I think you were just still getting used to the whole process. But what was your first initial reaction when A, you heard my details, and B, when you saw my picture?
Well, the whole proposal came in as saying that you are from US actually, so you guys are from here.
Mm-hmm.
So when that proposal came in, I am like, I'm not going to blend in actually in this thing, because I expected you guys to be like proper Americans, like with that accent or lifestyle, or
Mm-hmm.
that whole life actually that you have in here, let's say. And I'm like a farm boy, let's say. Uh, yeah, that's what I am actually. But I'm a little bit educated, but still I'm a farm boy.
You're not a fan
So
boy.
and I cannot blend in with you guys. My English is Indian English, my accent is Indian accent. All those stuff. And you can easily judge me with my accent, my behavior, my life, and everything. You can judge me. And I thought like I have very like 10% hopes that this match is going to be good, let's say. Because again, like you guys are grown up here, right? So I mean, why the hell you choose a guy from a village background? Or let's say, even I'm living in Germany actually. Germany is not that reputed country with its history and everything, let's say. People
Mm-hmm.
are still like, oh, you're from Germany. That's how they give the expression actually.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, I have a 10% hopes actually this match
Mm.
will go through or something like this.
So when you first like heard, you thought it wasn't gonna work out because of that?
Yeah, and see that's the thing that matters, right? Because I mean, if the people are not connected to the cultural behaviors or the backgrounds and everything, they don't blend in properly.
Right.
Some do in rare cases, like here and there you hear the people like coming from different backgrounds getting married and stuff actually.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the cases they don't. And our case is like kind of an arranged marriage scenario, right? So things have to be perfectly matched before we go ahead or something like this.
Yeah.
So but anyway, I came in, I spoke to you guys, I spoke to your parents and everything. I mean, most of the time I spoke to your parents, I can say, rather than you
No, but
actually.
before that, like
Yeah.
before that, I know there was some time before you guys met us.
Yeah.
So I want to know your thoughts and process and what happened in that time block.
Yeah, so when I came to India I mean, I was in Germany, right? That's what I said. So I said my mom that I'm not going to look at like too many girls, and I don't want their families to feel really awkward or something like this, because I have a sister in house, so I know how it feels like, getting into like their house, and making them watch like two to three grooms or maybe multiple people actually.
Mm.
So it's kind of awkward for them. And I said like I don't want to look at like multiple people. If there's let's look at like three girls, three families. That's it. And if it's not going to work out, I'm not going to get into this arranged marriage scenario. I'll probably leave this whole discussion actually.
Mm.
And my mom was really tensed because I said like I'm going with only three options. Normally, if you
Right.
look at the arranged marriage, you know, people like there are lots of people that look like 30 plus
Right.
matches, you know.
Right.
So and she's really worried actually, and she's like, you know what, I had to find the best match, this, that, and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
you are like the second proposal actually in this
I know.
list actually,
Mm-hmm.
and and you know, again like that's the discussion, and I think my sister also spoke to your mother and you know your parents and everything. Then she was a little bit comfortable and said like, you know what, go ahead and talk to the people. I mean, if you don't like it, you don't like it, kind
Yeah.
of thing actually. But I had like lots of things going on in my head as well, like I mean, especially the things that I said, like the cultural things and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, that's all my things that went it through my head
Yeah.
actually during that time. Let's say.
Yeah. In a way, I think it's good that, Vadina actually spoke
Yeah.
to my mom, because I think Ate and Mame, they kind of have an idea what America is, how US is, because they have family connections here, but they don't know the they didn't know, at least, the background of, oh, what are US citizens, what does
Hmm.
citizenship mean, like what does it mean, if she was brought up there and here, or that scenario, I think got clarified a lot because of your sister talking to my mom.
Yeah, and the other thing is that I'm glad that I don't know any of those things,
Mm,
because if I would have come from this background, from this country, let's say from US actually, maybe I would have behaved differently, I would
right.
have spoke differently, you know,
Right.
things like this. Like
Mm-hmm.
maybe I had different expectations in my head and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I came with like zero expectation. All I need is like good, nice girl who can blend in with my ideology and my lifestyle and everything. That's
Yeah.
the whole concept actually. I don't want like, I don't want to like get a visa or life or something like this actually. Here all I care is like nice life.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
So that's all I thought, and that's what we are building right now
Yeah, and
actually.
I
So
think that was very evident when you first met us. And you
yeah.
said, my parents, they were very, I think, since I was still doing my graduation, undergrad, I was in the middle of my last semester when I met you. And I think they didn't want those details that could potentially be a no for you.
Hmm.
And so they kept insisting on the fact that I'm a US citizen, just because they want one big plus point.
Yeah.
That's what they thought was a plus point, at least, because a lot of people that I saw a
It
couple of
it is
matches
it is a
before.
plus
It
point
is,
actually.
but
Yeah.
at that point in time, we saw a couple of matches. I saw many matches before you. I
Hmm.
was very transparent about that. But I saw many matches before you, and 90% of those matches were very, very, very keen and interested only because I was a US citizen. It wasn't because of me. Like, there
Exactly.
were even some people that didn't even meet me and they were fixing dates,
Hmm.
which to me was just like, no. So that was a whole process, and I can talk about it later. But I think when when you came to our house and they were telling you, oh, she's a US citizen and things like that, you were like, I think the way you said it, kind of, I was like, relief. First, it relieved me.
Hmm.
And second, I think as I got to know you, after meeting with you, I think I understood why you said that. At first, I had mixed feelings. Like, I was relieved that you weren't just seeing my profile because of this one thing, but also I was kind of scared because, you don't know what it is, right? And you don't know what you're getting yourself into. And so when I got to know you better, I kind of understood that, okay, so you went to a country that was completely out of your home and your comfort zone. You didn't know the language. You learned the language. You worked very hard to learn the language, and you did your master's. You completed your master's. You paid for your master's. And your expenses all by yourself, with maybe help here and there, but you did it all by yourself, and you struggled with a whole lot of things. And so for someone to come up to you and say, "Oh, move countries because this girl has a citizenship," to you, that's not going to mean anything, because you worked very hard to be where you're at and you don't need anything else, right? That's a good quality to have. So I think I was impressed by that.
Yeah, and it's very hard to be in Germany and also to have a life in Germany.
Yeah.
You saw this.
Yeah.
You were there for like 3 months
Yes.
actually, and you saw that. So you saw the hardship in the language and lifestyle and people. Like it's definitely not US. It's you should never compare this world with Germany for sure. So
No, absolutely
and
not.
again, like leaving everything beyond, like like behind the systems, and coming back to US, it's a different story. But anyway, the whole point of how we met and stuff, though, when your profile came in actually, then they said like she's in her like final year of bachelor's and everything, and are you sure that she really want to get married actually?
Yeah.
That's the first question I had in mind, like is someone forcing you to get married or
Yeah.
something like this, or are you really interested in like getting married, and I said, and I asked the same question to your parents actually,
Yeah.
when I'm at your place, I'm like,
Yeah.
are you guys doing any child marriage or something like this?
I mean, technically it was, because I just turned 22
Yeah,
when I met you, and I think anyone would have that question in
Yeah.
your spot. I think anyone would. I appreciated the fact that you asked, is she even interested?
yeah,
Right? Not every. To be honest with you, I never said this to you, but you were the first person to ask that.
yeah. My idea is I want a girl who want to really get to marry me
Yeah.
and like me and be with me and
Mhm.
make a life with me, right? So that won't happen if the first step is like broken step or something like
Right.
this. So that the first step is like you really want to get married. You
Yeah.
really think you are in a position to get married or something like
Yeah.
this. So that's how the things came in anyway. So but anyway, we met, we spoke a little bit. I spoke a lot actually, I can say, compared to
I'll
you.
tell you my side in a bit.
Yeah, but you have your reasons, and
Yeah.
but anyway, I spoke to you like maybe an hour, I think, or less than an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And I said you everything pretty much transparent with just the way we speak here.
Yeah.
So everything is transparent. I said like you have to come to Germany, you have to live the life, you have to learn language, this, that, and you gave it a try. You'll try to learn the language as well, and
Yeah.
make sure the things are working and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think we met like 2 times actually after
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So when you came to, or when, so I want to talk about how I felt when I first saw your proposal. So I've told you this thousands of times, you know the story, but I think for the sake of the podcast, I'm just going to repeat. So essentially, I was in the middle of my bachelor degree. I was doing my engineering, and I was in the final semester of my college year, and I think I had just seen a match in January. It didn't go well. I did not like the person at all, but they were very adamant to get the match moving forward. Things didn't work out. And so I told my mom, like, I don't want to see any more matches because I have exams coming up. I have a final project to work on. I have exams. I don't want to get in the middle of this whole mess, right? Because they worked very hard for me to have a good degree. And the fact that this process is preventing me from focusing on that was bothering me, because that was what would be the purpose of their sacrifices if I didn't do well in my college. And so I had given an ultimatum that I did not want to see any more matches, right? I think your match was already on my mom's phone by that time. And I think I think I was in the beginning, like when I first, prior to your match, I was not okay with getting married early. I wanted to work. I wanted to make an identity of myself and have like a good, solid base before I can depend on someone else, right? It's important for me to know finances. It's important to know how to manage my finances. I need to know the real world expectations, because I never left my parents' home.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I never stepped out of my parents' house in my life. Like I would go to places, yes, but I would go on vacations with them. I never went on any trip myself. You know, I never managed money on my own. I need to know how to pay my bills. I need to go out, be on my own for some time. So I think this whole process was kind of interfering with that too. So I was not ready at that point in time. And so it was my birthday, right? She slowly starts talking to me, and then she says, "Oh, so what's your opinion on Germany? Like, do you think it's a good country? Like, I'm hearing some things about it, and I kind of want to know your thoughts." Immediately, my mind goes to, like, I understood something's up
Mm-hmm.
because my mom doesn't strike up a conversation like that out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I just sit down and I'm like, "What's going on?"
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "No, nothing." I'm like, "No, seriously, what's going on?" And she's like, "Well, you know, okasama na mochindi," meaning a match has
Mm-hmm.
come. And I'm like, "Oh my God." And then, you know, I saw her expression change at that moment. She didn't say anything. Her expression just changed. I think that expression made me feel bad. Like I was like, "Oh no, I think she's going to be sad." Right? And so I think at that moment I realized, okay, so these people, they're not trying to force me, but I think they're just wanting me to be happy with someone. I think that's the ultimate goal, right? No parent wants their child to get married to whoever and then get divorced or have a horrible life later. Nobody wants that. But I think at that moment it just hit my head, like the thought that there might be something in the bigger picture. And so I said, "You know what? I will see this one last proposal. If it does not work out, I do not want to hear the word marriage in the next 2 years, 2 to 3 years at least. After that, if I'm still not ready, I don't want to go for it. But I will let you know when I'm ready." And she said, "Okay, that's fine with us. That's fine with us." A week later, or actually the same day, she showed me your picture. Of course, it's a very nice picture. You look really good. And so I didn't judge you based on how you looked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, of course, like I said, you looked good in the picture, but that wasn't my first thought. That I was like, okay, cool. I heard about your family. My mom, she's a very, very good detective because she would go on Facebook and search people's profiles like that.
Mm-hmm.
By then, 2017, that's an impressive thing to do. So she found your Facebook profile. She found Mama's Facebook profile. And, you know, Mama has a very nice portrait of
Yeah,
himself,
Facebook back then had.
very polished portrait as his DP. And so she was like, "Look at them. They're so, like, they look good. They look like nice people." And I'm like, "Okay, let's meet them first and then
Mm-hmm.
decide." And so a week or like 10, 15 days later, you guys came over. Um, and I was very nervous, because if it didn't work out, I didn't want to be underconfident, because by that time, I told you I saw like 6 or 7 matches. Out of those 6 or 7, those were the people that I met or talked to. But there were matches where, like, they would see my photo and say, "Oh, I was too short. I was too overweight. I was even rejected for having glasses."
Yeah.
And so that to me is just progressiveness, right? So yeah, so I think I did not want that to undermine my confidence. And so I was scared for that. I didn't want to let my parents down. And also, I didn't know what kind of person you were,
Mm-hmm.
right? And obviously, for any girl meeting a guy and getting married through parents' approval, like an arranged marriage, is scary because you don't know the person,
Yep.
right? And so the thought runs in our head, like, what if he's not my ideal partner? What if he doesn't support me after we get married? What if he doesn't let me study after we get married? What if he doesn't let me work after get? So all these thoughts were running in my head, and I was already on the verge of getting sick. And I got sick. I had 103-degree fever. I did not sleep all night. I was throwing up. I was doing all sorts of things all night. And so I yeah, I was not in a good space. But you were coming from a different city, so I didn't want to, disturb that process and cause any issues there or make you guys think like, oh, they're giving some sort of excuse. And so I said, okay, let's meet. And so you guys came over. We had a bit of a introduction, and we spoke for some time. And then, there's a process where, they say, oh, why don't you both go separately into a room or like the balcony or the terrace or something and talk for 10 minutes and decide your fate, right? So, so they send us off into the room. And like you said, you spoke for like an hour. I remember every single thing you said. I I remember every single thing you said. You asked a few questions, I answered, but I was not in that zone, so I was not speaking as much. I was still responding to you, but I was just not initiating the conversation. So I think at that point, I also realized like, oh my gosh, I think he's gonna think like I'm some lunatic or something, that I might not be his ideal person, because by that time I was already impressed by you. The way you said no to the US thing, you asked if I was even interested, and um, the fact that I think you had also asked, like, are you going to let her finish her degree before getting her married, or are you planning to get her married and let fate decide? I think that's what you asked as well. And so that also impressed me. So I think you said like chadukoniwandi, chadu tarvata cheyandi, something where uh, that stuck with me. So I was like, I was already partially impressed. So I had a good opinion on you already in a way. And so after our conversation, the way you were asking questions, I think mattered to me. Like, do you want to work? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do higher studies and things like that? I think those insightful questions really helped me understand your thought process.
I'm not against any person who is a housewife or something like
absolutely.
this, because they do a very big job in building a home. I mean, converting a home to a house. Actually, that's what they say. Let's say.
Absolutely.
But again, my idea of a woman or a girl actually is that they should be independent.
Yeah.
The society like back then, like 50 years ago or 100 years ago, it's different. It's all men dominated society.
Yeah.
And say it right. I don't even worry about that. It's all men dominated. So every field, every industry, everything that you see is all dominated by men. But things are changing. The world is changing, and women should also make their own money, build their own life, spend their own stuff.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that comes from that quality of yours comes from the fact that Atteya works.
Yeah,
and
my mom.
She has supported the family for so long.
I am born actually the time when my mom joined her first job. And that's the same job she's in like 36 years, I can say.
Yeah.
And she used to feed me and go to her training. And I used to be like with my amama, my granny, the whole time. And then she used to come back in the evening, and she used to cry sometimes, like she's not taking care of me and all those stuff. But she didn't left her job because of me or something like that. She struggled to keep her job. She struggled to do her training, and it's been 36 years. She's still
working.
doing her job. So why not? And my mom is doing that. Why not
Yeah.
my wife do it? My sister do it. Everyone that I know actually
Yeah.
can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like you have good exampts in your
Yeah.
life for that, so that's good.
And we decided to get married. Married after that meeting, I can say.
Yeah.
And then we got
engaged
in a very short time, I can say.
We got engaged, I think, I believe it was 10 days after
Yeah,
we
and a
met.
lot of people started having questions like, okay, Rahul actually loved this girl.
Yeah.
And he came back from Germany and he arranged a meeting between the families and they got married. That's the one scenario that people got into.
I want to say that out of the 10 years of our marriage, I absolutely enjoyed the wonderful stories people made up about us.
Nice stories actually. That like I even sometimes like this is actually nice. I can make this as a real story, because this sounds more fun than what we did actually.
Yeah, and I think I want to continue like talking about like our relationship, what we built off of that. That's definitely something that I want to cover in another episode, because this episode is not enough.
Yeah.
But I think the ultimate thing that I kind of want to say as an ending point is that don't be scared to enter into a phase. If you're meeting someone, don't be scared, because what's the worst that can happen, right? If you're not married yet, right? What's the worst that can happen? It'll break off and you'll meet someone that is better, right? When you're speaking to someone and you're getting to know them, it's important to communicate. Communication is absolute key. And so don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to consider things. Like if the person is saying something that you don't understand, go to people that you trust and that you think can help guide you to the right path. And I think we can talk more about that as well. But yep. I think we just wanted to connect and make sure that you understand our journey in order for us to connect with you and help you guys learn through this as well. So I think that being said, thank you for watching the episode. I hope you really like it. If you do, please comment down below. And if you have any interesting stories yourselves, you can also reach out to us and we would love to share your stories. And just to give you some more insight, we do have a website now. Yep. So you can view our updates on the website. I am going to publish lots of good things. So you can reach out to us via the website or social media accounts and email as well. So don't be shy. Just go ahead and share your stories if you want to. And we would love to hear from you guys. So thank you so much. And we will see you the next time. Thank you very much.